ASMR Retro Forever 10,000 subscriber special. Hey guys, welcome back to ASMR Retro and welcome to my 10,000 subscriber YouTube special. Thank you. Yes, yeah, okay, yes, okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, okay, sit down. Okay, yeah, I'm not that special. Trust me, sit down. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So it's pretty awesome to be here. The most spectacular 10K sub special that I have ever made, and that's just some humor there. But yeah, it's been a long road here, and I've often said before that I don't care too much about how many subscribers I have. It's more about having quality subscribers over quantity, and you guys are quality for sure. So thank you guys, everyone, so much for subscribing, for watching, for liking, for commenting, and of course a special shout out to my patrons who help a lot with the show. So with that said, what is going on here? This is, I'm gonna do for you guys the Hot Ones challenge. So if you don't know, it's a show on a YouTube channel called First We Feast, where basically this guy will interview people and ask them questions, and while they're doing that, they'll be eating a variety of, actually 10 hot sauces, and they'll get progressively hotter as it goes on. So this is going to be definitely an experience. This is the official set that they sell. You can buy it. Hashtag not spawn or whatever they say. Not sponsored or anything, but so I bought the actual, or a friend of mine bought the actual set actually, and you get the 10 hot sauces that they use. I think each season they use a different set of sauces, so this is from season 16, I believe. And yeah, I'm just gonna go through each one, try a bit, and I'm gonna be answering questions that you guys sent in. So thank you everyone for sending in your questions, and I should say I have tried the challenge already. I'm not used to hot sauces. I do like a little bit of hot spice, but not the extreme stuff, so it was really difficult for me to get to the first time, and I'm like, pacing around and like, making a lot of noises and whatnot. I don't know how to explain it, but so I'm gonna have to control myself a little bit better for this video, but it's definitely an experiment. And by the way, I thought it was like, I came up with such a unique idea, and then the other day I looked it up and I'm like, oh wait, like it's very common for ASMR artists to do a Hot Ones challenge, but anyways, I'm still gonna do it. Alright, enough of that. Let's get on to the first sauce here. This is the first one in this set. I don't know if my camera's gonna focus on that, but it's from Hot One. The First We Feast presents Hot One, so this is one of their official sauces, I guess. I don't think they all are though. And it's the classic hot sauce, garlic Fresno edition by Yellowbird. I think is the company that makes the show and stuff. All natural ingredients, just the right spice, made in the USA, and it says serendipity on the back, and super small rating. I don't know, let me see if I can read this. When a batch of the classic was accidentally made with 10 times more garlic than usual, a new star was born, introducing garlic Fresno edition, paired with the mild and sweet heart of the sauce, the perfect pairing for chicken, pizza, and more. Alright, so that's that. By the way, I got my milk here. My hand's so pale, but anyways, my milk here is supposed to help with, the burning sensation, and of course, some water. And we got our chicken wings, plain chicken wings here. So first, let me shake up this sauce. Whoa, that's louder than I thought it would be. Shake, 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 shake. Shake, 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 shake. Okay, that should do it. Let's crack it open here. Oh, I got my little fancy red napkin, just to make it classy. I'll hold on to that. I'm gonna need it for sure. Oh, I can smell the garlicky flavor, but it smells really good. So I'm just gonna try to pour a bit on. You have to be careful. some of these sauces are thicker than others, so this one shouldn't be too hot. So I can put on a little bit more. Hopefully that's not gonna kill me. I don't think. So let's put the cap back on. I'll take a bite and then I'll answer some of your questions. All right. Of course, I wore a white t-shirt. It's gonna get destroyed, but it's okay. Alright, let me take a bite here. Just for proof that I actually took a bite, It's good. You can definitely taste the garlic. I'm not a food critic or sauce critic, but I know what I like. It's pretty mild, not bad. I don't really. Maybe I should have put a bit more on there, but. I've been into the bone a bit. Alright, I'll put that aside there. Wipe my mouth a bit. Alright, that was good. Very delicious. Not really spicy, in my opinion. But, maybe I'm getting accustomed to these strong sauces. But, alright, let's answer some questions here. The first question is from Dalton Snare. And they ask if you've played any newer video games lately. What's your favorite and least favorite you've played? Honestly, as my name suggests, retro. I'm very retro with my games. And part of that is because new games are expensive. I usually wait till the price comes down significantly. And so by the time that happens, the game's already old. I think the last game I bought on release day, or close to release day, was Doom Eternal, which I think came out in 2020. So that's probably the newest game that I've played. And I really enjoy that one. It's not quite classic Doom, but it has some of those elements. But yeah, it's super gory, super fast-paced, cool weapons, cool monsters, fun gameplay, good music, lots of gore. So I guess I would have to say that one, because I haven't played too many others. But I also bought Borderlands 3, which I think came out in the same year, but I haven't even played yet. I have a ton of games that I bought that I haven't played yet, but I intend to. Other than that, I was looking at my Steam list, and most of the games are from or not most, but other than that, games are from 2016 or 15 or something like that I have. Doom 2016, which was okay. I enjoyed that. There was Slain Back from Hell, which was kind of like a 2D pixel art style Castlevania kind of game with really cool music. I enjoyed that. And if I had to pick the worst recent game that I've quote unquote recent was, I don't know, Double Dragon 4, but I think that came out in 2015 or 16, so that's not exactly new. But yeah, I was really disappointed in that one. I can't even really remember why or what I didn't like about it, but it was just crap compared to Double Dragon Neon, which was, I guess, significantly better. Yeah, so that's about it for there. I wish I had better answers for you, but like I said, I don't play too many more recent games, but hopefully that'll change. Alright, thank you, Dalton, for that. Next question is the Shen Partey, I guess that's their name, your YouTube name. And they ask, what's the best, worst comic book movie you've seen? And they give an example of Batman and Robin. And, well, I don't know, I guess in terms of best, worst, do you mean so bad it's good kind of thing? I don't know if I'd really say if that's what you meant. I don't know, in my opinion, if I'd say Batman and Robin is so bad it's good. I just think it's so bad. I mean, that's the one with Mr. Freeze, right? I mean, as much as I like Arnold and all that stuff, that was just not a good movie. Just annoying and just I don't know what to pick in its place. I mean, yeah, I would just go with Batman and Robin, I guess. But I wouldn't say, I have no intention of ever watching it again. Unless somebody wants me to review it, I guess. But, yeah, I guess I would just go with that. And they have a second part, or a second question, which is, what do you think of the two Sonic the Hedgehog movies that came out this year? Honestly, I haven't seen it, either of them. Oh, sorry, it says this year and 2020. I didn't even know the second one came out yet, but I haven't seen the first one. Looks alright. Jim Carrey looks interesting as Dr. Robotnik, or Eggman, or whatever they call him. But I was never much of a Sonic guy. I was always more of a Nintendo fanboy. But still, I wouldn't mind watching the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, at least the first one, to see if I like it. So thank you very much for that question. Alright, now I think it's time to go into the second sauce. Let me put down another chicken wing here. Boom, there we go. Alright, here it is. You can see that, I don't know, it's Yellowbird sauce. Limited by nature, Bliss, and Vinegar. Red, what does it say? Sorry, ripe red. Serranos. I don't know what that is, I guess. Whatever. Strawberries and coconut. Is that what that says? Serranos. I don't know. Whatever. And yeah, I don't have to read the back, I guess. I'm also gonna run out of time for this video, so I'll just get straight up to the shaking. Shake, 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 shake. Okay, let's try this. Sauce number 2. Next up in the scale of hotness. Oh, okay. Kind of squeeze it on so it's okay. It looks like can't really smell it straight out of the bottle because it has one of those tops. Alright, I don't know if I should be putting a little bit more on or not. You know, I'll put a little bit more on. I gotta challenge myself. It's a challenge after all, you know what I mean? A little bit more. Okay. Alright, broskies. Here we go. It's not bad. It's a familiar taste that I can't identify. I'm getting like a cinnamony taste for some reason. I'm feeling it in my nose a bit more. Definitely a little bit more spicy than the other one. Alright. Still pretty mild. Still pretty mild. Nothing too intense. Nothing that Retro can't handle. But now let's go into some more questions here. Let's see. Okay, we're on the third question. The ASMR Fanatic asks, what were your overall thoughts on WrestleMania 38, and did you think that Brock versus Roman was underwhelming? You know what, I actually enjoyed this a lot. Didn't think that I would. The build wasn't that great to WrestleMania, but there was a lot of enjoyable moments. Most of them I probably forgot by now. But I guess the main one, Stone Cold versus Kevin Owens, I didn't think the match was going to happen. And then when I saw that it was going to happen, I thought, okay, it's just going to be like, kind of like when Bret Hart fought Vince McMahon. Like, I thought Stone Cold was just going to hit him with weapons for like 10 minutes or something like that. But they had an actual, like, full-length match, and Stone Cold took quite a few bumps, so I'm very surprised. Especially when he took the suplex on the steel floor, or not the steel floor, the concrete floor. Obviously he's not what he used to be, but he still did pretty well for being, I think, for thing and the worst stunner in the universe. Dude, I was laughing for like 10 minutes straight. I just couldn't stop laughing, especially after seeing Stone Cold's reaction and he's like laughing. But whatever, it was really fun. And then yeah, like the Logan Paul or Paul Logan or Hulk Hogan or whatever his name is. I thought he was gonna be terrible, but he was actually really good. It seems like he actually likes wrestling, and he knew what to do. I mean, obviously they told him what to do, but he did a really good job. I was surprised by that. The Blair Lynch match was really good. Then you had some silly stuff like the Johnny Knoxville match with the giant mousetrap was kind of silly, but whatever. But you know what? I enjoyed it overall. The Brock versus Roman match, I don't know if it was underwhelming, but yeah, maybe a little bit. It just was, I wasn't expecting a masterpiece, but I was expecting Roman to win, and I'm happy that he did. Not just because I'm right, but because I think he deserves it. Not that he deserves it, but I think it makes the most sense for Roman to win, and he does deserve to, I guess. So yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. Definitely more than I enjoyed some previous WrestleManias, that's for sure. Alright, next question is from T. Tangen, whatever. Sorry, I'm saying it wrong, but T asks, how many Transformers do you have? And the answer is a lot. Okay, next question. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, I don't know. I have quite a few, but I think I showed probably more than 50% of my Transformers, but it's hard to say because probably a lot more than that actually, but a lot of them are like, do you count the Transformer that it's just a torso and like one arm or something like that? I know there's a lot of destroyed ones or half destroyed ones, but I think honestly I did show probably the best ones already. I do have some newer Transformers that I haven't shown yet, which are actually pretty cool, but I don't know if I'm gonna buy any older Transformers because they're just ridiculously expensive these days. I wouldn't mind buying, like sometimes they reissue them for a reasonable price and you can buy them at Walmart, or sometimes I wouldn't mind buying cloned ones either. But yeah, so that answers that question, I hope. Thank you very much for the question. Alright, was that 2? Yeah, that was 2. Okay, so we should go on to the next one. Here's the wing. Okay, I might play get cricket there, I don't know. Okay, next up we have this. It says handmade patches 2015. It says Hoff's sauce. So it's the official sauce of David Hasselhoff. No, I made that up. That's not true. But that would be cool. Here, everyday hot sauce. So that's cool. Nice bottle here. Looks pretty good. And this is the third one, so we're gonna shake it up. Shake. Alright, that should do it. We're gonna pop at the top. And we're gonna taste the Hoff. First we gotta pour some out. Maybe I should pour a little bit more than I've been pouring. Oh boy. Sorry about that. That is a lot of sauce there, my friends. Let me smell it. Oh, it's nice. It's nice and tomatoey, it seems like. But again, I'm not a food cricket, as Homer Simpson would say. Okay, here we go. I'm diving in, guys. questions. This one is from Rochelle Victoria. They ask, I love the video where you showed us the WWF game you made. Did you make any other games? Yeah, there's another video similar to that. I think I released it after that, where I show some other games that I made with that same programming language many years ago. Other than those ones, though, I don't think those are definitely the best ones anyway. There might be a few other like little graphical demos or whatever. I did make games later with other programming languages, but they were just like all tiny little short demos, and I never ended up finishing them. So I don't know if they're worth watching, and to be honest, I can't even find them. I might be able to find one or two, but if I do find anything, I'll let you know. But I want to get into making more games like that now, just like simple, like Atari-looking kind of games. It's even on my bucket list, my long-term bucket list, to make a game for like Game Boy or Nintendo or something. You can, it'll just be a ROM, not a physical game. But that would be really cool and really fun. But maybe I'll do something like that in the future and do videos about it. So thank you for that question. Next up is a question from Varun Neptune Shinoy. Sorry if I'm not saying that right, I'm pretty sure I'm not. And they ask, have you played Contra on Nintendo? Oh, absolutely. I'm more of a Super Contra guy. That's the second Contra game. I had that game for many years. Still have it. And I was pretty good at it. I was able to finish the game. I got to a point where I could finish it like anytime I played it. I've been out of practice though, so if I tried now, I probably wouldn't pass the final level. But the original Contra I did play as a kid. I probably played it like at a friend's house maybe once or twice. And I've played it, more recently, but I never really had any memories of the game, or very many memories of the game from childhood. They also ask, which is your favorite Nintendo game/games? There's so many. I'm actually planning to do a video about my top Nintendo games and Super Nintendo games and blah blah blah. But off the top of my head, like Mario 3, some people say, Castlevania 3, Battletoads, the Ninja Turtle games, Super Contra, Mega Man 2. There's just so many good games. But I hope that answers your question. Okay, I think we're ready for another challenge here. I think we're up to number 4. So that's a little wing there. You get that little dab off of there. Now we have this one here. It is, so this is also hot sauce. It is Los Calientes hot sauce. Okay, so there it is. Not too much more to say. Okay, so this is number 5, the 5th sauce I'm trying out here. Oh yeah, I gotta shake it. Shake, 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 shake. Okay. Let's open this thing. It's sealed pretty tight. Must mean it's a dangerous substance here. Let's take a whiff. It smells good. It smells like one of the other sauces I had tasted, but no, I can't remember. Oh man, it's burning my throat just by smelling it. But let's just put on a little bit less than last time here. Drip, 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 drip. Whoa, 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 whoa. This one's a little thinner than the others. Okay. Alright. This I think where it starts to get a bit challenging, for me anyways. too hot, not too bad. Very tasty. Something I would definitely use that as well. I almost feel like the last one was hotter than this. But very good, and I dropped a piece of chicken on the floor, so luckily my dog's locked up in the other room right now. But I'll grab that later. Okay, so that was good. I like that one. So this question is from Anthony Hudson, and they ask any favorite current music groups, and as a follow-up to that, why is Silk Sonic your favorite? Well, I didn't know they were my favorite, but no, I had to look them up, and that's the band with Bruno Mars, I think, in it, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, I probably am, but they're pretty good. I wouldn't say they're my favorite, and actually I don't really know because, again, as my name suggests, I don't really keep up with modern music. I will listen to music like on the radio and stuff, or not, I mean, who listens to the radio anymore? Well, I guess in my car, but like on YouTube or whatever, I'll listen to something here and there, but in terms of like following particular bands or whatever, I haven't really done that in years. Some of you may know I grew up listening pretty much exclusively to heavy metal, and I guess I would say my favorite all-time band is Metallica, but yeah, I wish I had an answer to that, but I don't really keep up with current music. Again, I will listen to current music, and I will enjoy it, but nothing that I would say is my favorite group, you know what I mean? So, sorry, I wish I could have a better answer for you on that one. Alright, next question is from The Grease. Did you ever attend any WWF house shows in your town growing up? If so, what was the main event? Great question. I actually attended two WWF shows. One was a house show, and the other one was a live Raw taping. Honestly, I don't remember much about them. I don't remember what the main events were. But it was during the Attitude Era, and I remember like all, the usual suspects you'd remember from those days were there. So that was awesome. I'm happy I got to see that. It was a lot of fun. Seeing wrestling in person is very different than seeing it on TV. But honestly, I don't think I'd ever go to another wrestling show. I'm not that big on, big crowds and, a lot of noise and stuff like that. I mean, maybe I'd go to a WrestleMania. Maybe it would be nice to go to one WrestleMania in my lifetime, but I don't know. Because I remember even, it's a lot of, you gotta travel, you gotta, parking issues, and trying to leave is just a pain in the butt. And then I remember, I can't remember, it was the house show or the Raw taping. I got so sick after, like, a few days later. I got the worst, like, I don't know, it was a flu, I don't know what it was. And even my brother too, because my brother was there too, got, like, super sick. So, I don't know, I'm not like a, super, like a germaphobe or whatever, but I just, yeah, I don't know. I'd rather just chill at home and watch it on TV. But I do like going to independent shows. I've been to a few independent wrestling shows, and it's a much better environment, in my opinion, a much smaller crowd size, and you can get right up. Well, the one I was at, I could literally just like reach out and touch the ring, kind of thing, and like during like intermission or whatever, you could just like walk right up to the ring if you want. So that's pretty cool. I like that more. It's more personal, intimate connection you have with the performers, in my opinion. Okay, so now let's go to another sauce here, or else we're gonna be here all day. This is number 5. I'm starting to get worried. This one is Be Fearless, Hothead's official revolutionary roasted bell and scorpion. Delicious, rebellious, beautiful. Alright. Okay, gotta shake it up. Shake, 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 shake. Shake. Alright, that one was sealed pretty tight. Oh boy. Oh boy, that smells hot. And kind of not that good tasting, but we'll see. It's kind of more like a sriracha, however you say that. But maybe not. I'm sure it's hotter than that. I want to be careful with this one, because whoa. Yeah, every time I see a sauce that color, I get worried. that's as hot as I would get for a regular, like, everyday use condiment type of thing. But taste-wise, not my favorite tasting sauce, but that's okay. But yeah, I feel nice and warm inside. That's all that matters. Okay, who's next? Next, we're going to Bad Juarez 377. Is it Bad Juarez 377? And they ask if you could only make ASMR videos about one subject: movies, video games, comics, toys, collections, etc. Which would it be and why? It's an interesting question. I really like collecting stuff, but I don't have unlimited resources, and unlimited space, aka unlimited money and unlimited space. So I'm gonna run out of things to talk about if I only talk about collections. Comics are fun, but it's kind of the same issue, and also, no pun intended, but also I'm not like super knowledgeable about comics. Like, I don't have a good memory, and I don't know, feel like it wouldn't be my thing. I think probably I'd go with video games, and I think the reason is because there's just so many video games out there, I'll never run out, and there's so many inexpensive games and free games, and I'm not just talking about ROMs or whatever, but legitimate free games. And you know, I've always had a connection with video games since I was a kid. I think most people today have had that. So yeah, I'd probably pick video games to talk about. And the next question is, do you watch/follow any other ASMR channels? If so, which ones would you recommend? That's a good question. Yes, I am subscribed to almost 500 ASMR channels. And I know a lot of those become inactive over the years or whatever, but I watch ASMR every day. I'm actually going to do a video about my favorite ASMR artists, so I won't get into detail about that now, but one I can recommend off the top of my head is ASMR Power of Sound. He makes amazing videos. He does a lot of mostly roleplay videos, kind of like, I don't know, where he's a doctor or a barber or what else, all kinds of stuff. He sells, does a video where he sells essential oils, but he does it in an alleyway for some reason. It's kind of funny. Really good, really good. He does like a lot of soft-spoken style ASMR. Yeah, he does a really good job. I know it's common to get immune to a particular ASMR style, but for him, he's been working for me for a few years now, or I can't remember when I found him, but yeah, so check him out if you want. Okay, I can't remember, was that one question I answered or two? I don't know, I'll just answer one more anyways. The next question is from Tim T, and they ask, what's it like being the best ASMR broski on YouTube? Well, you know, Tim, it's a long journey to be the best, and now that I'm here, you know, I just feel like, what's wrong with all you people beneath me? No, I'm just kidding. Obviously that's a compliment. I don't think I'm the best or anything like that, but I do appreciate that, so thank you very much, Tim. Alright, we're going to the next sauce now. Sauce number 60. Yes, I'm studying Spanish now. I don't even know if you can see that because the label's all white. Just a very plain label. It's Señor Lechuga, I don't know how you say that. 0.718 adobo black lime ghost peppers. Batch 3, bottle 1945. Born in Brooklyn. Alright. Cool. Okay, let's shake it up. be interesting, I think. Let's give it a shot. Ooh. Oh, it even looks like dark chocolate. Like chocolate syrup or something. Take that out. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Oh boy. It took a few seconds, but that kicked in. Pretty good tasting. Unique for a hot sauce, definitely. Not like most hot sauces I've tasted. And the heat is building up as I whisper to you. Can you feel the flames through your speakers or earbuds or whatever? Oh boy, I'm feeling the heat now. I need a bit of water here. Okay. It's actually not really that bad. The first time I did the challenge, I was dying by this point already, so either I'm getting used to it or there's something about whispering that dulls the pain to some degree. I don't know. But I'm definitely feeling it. Well, yeah, the longer I wait, the more it, let me coat it with a bit of milk. Let's try the milk. Not sure how much that's helping, but it's good milk, so you know, it does the body good. Okay, I think I'll go through 3 questions now because I need more time to recover my tongue. But first is from Braxton Guevara, something like that. Do you watch anime, and if so, what's your favorite anime? I don't really watch anime regularly. Like, I don't watch the shows, animated shows. I couldn't get into them for some reason. But I have seen some of the typical, typical in the sense that most people who are not super into anime will have seen these movies. Akira, Ninja Scroll, Ghost in the Shell, Vampire Hunter D, those kinds of movies, and I think they're awesome. But of course, I don't know if I had to pick a favorite. I mean, the typical answer is Akira, and I'd probably just go with that. Again, I haven't seen an extensive list of anime movies. I've seen more than the ones I've listed here, but yeah, those are my favorite overall, I think. And I think that's what ruined me for the series, like TV shows, because once, I saw those first, and then, when I saw Animatrix, was probably the first thing that introduced me to anime, like, officially. But yeah, and then once I saw these movies first, and then once I started watching some of the TV series, I'm like, oh, this isn't as good. So that, but maybe it's just because I saw the best already, but I don't know. But thank you for that question. Next question is from Real Happy Jake, and they ask, favorite of the 3 Spider-Mans, Tobey, Andrew, or Tom? It's a good question. Someone asked me that before. I think I said Tom before, and I think I said I didn't care much for Andrew Garfield, but I don't know, they each bring something unique to the table for sure, and they each do what they have to do for their universe. But then when I saw Spider-Man No Way Home, the most recent one, that was the first time I really was like, oh, I was impressed by Andrew Garfield's portrayal of Spider-Man in that one for some reason. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should give him a second chance. So I should do that, because I think when his, what's it called, The Amazing Spider-Man, the ones that he's in, when those came out, I'm just like, oh great, another reboot. They're rebooting Spider-Man already. They just made 3 or whatever. So maybe I didn't give him a fair chance. And Tobey Maguire. I mean, he's not the greatest actor, but there's something about him. I don't know. say Tom Holland, I guess. Maybe it's just because he's the most recent one, but I think he best exemplifies young Spider-Man, I guess, out of those three. Now, I don't know if he could portray, like, not now, but when he's older, like a 30-year-old Spider-Man. I don't know if they would ever do a movie about a 30-year-old Spider-Man, but I kind of want to see Spider-Man when he's a bit older, right? We've seen enough of young Spider-Man, but I don't know, it's just me. So thank you for that question. I hope that answers it. And I'll do one more and then move on to my next sauce. Thoughts on YouTubers/influencers becoming wrestlers or fighters? I mean, I don't know anything about, I don't watch like MMA or boxing or nothing, but in terms of wrestling, I know you've had Logan Paul come in wrestling. He did great. Who else was there? I guess that guy, what's his name? He was also on WrestleMania, the announcer guy. Oh my god, I can't remember his name, but he used to be a football player. It's on the tip of my tongue, but my tongue's burning, so maybe that's why I can't remember. Alright, we're gonna move on to another sauce here. And wait my hands a little bit, but the next one is Test Chili Lengua de Fuego, which I'm pretty sure means like tongue of fire or something like that. See, I told you I was studying Spanish. Bhutila fire. Hot sauce with assorted super hot peppers and bitter orange. Okay. Alright, let's shake it up. Shake. Okay. Interesting. Some kind of like burnt smell, not in a bad way, but let's pour a bit on there, not too much. This is, I think, sauce number 7 out of 10. Oh boy. Alright, doesn't look the most appealing, but looks can be deceiving, so let's give that a try. Oh boy, it's building up. I'm feeling that. On the back of my tongue. Okay. Pretty good. Not bad. Taste was alright. It's hard to identify what that taste is, but I'm getting like a smoky sensation or a burnt sensation again, not in a bad way, but anyway, that was alright. I could deal with that, surprisingly. I think I'm handling it better now because I'm taking bigger bites of the chicken, and it's easier to process or whatever. But yeah, I think I'll survive, but I will take a bit of water. And a bit of milk for my bones and my teeth. Beta calcium good for your teeth. I don't know. It's kind of like a bone, right? Okay, some more questions here. This one is from Jojo Ozvan 22401. And they ask, who are your favorite WWF/E and WCW characters? I'll answer the WWF question a bit later because someone asks a similar question. In terms of WCW, I was never the biggest WCW fan. Again, I said this many times, but oh, sorry, it's making me burp or something. But I was more of a WWF guy always. But off the top of my head, and I'm just gonna pick guys who I consider to be WCW guys. I kind of consider Hogan, Nash, promotions called all. I mean, they are WCW guys in a sense, but I think you know what I mean. So I would say, I don't know, Sting, guys like Ric Flair, how could you not pick Ric Flair? DDP, for sure. Eddie Guerrero, I know he probably got most of his fame in WWF, but I remember long before he went there in WCW, even though I didn't watch Nitro much, I would watch their pay-per-views. I used to get them for free, don't ask. But I remember watching the pay-per-views, and even though I didn't know a lot of those wrestlers because I didn't watch regularly, I always remember being impressed by Eddie Guerrero's matches. And I always remember my mom would make pizza like every Sunday, she still does. And I'd watch, Eddie Guerrero's match and eating pizza. And I don't know, for some reason they just went so well together. But yeah, I'd put Eddie Guerrero on that list. So else, yeah, I think I'll just stick with that list for now. I'm sure there's other people I'm forgetting. But okay, next question is from Odiasis61, and they asked, "What's your favorite type of candy?" Well, for sure, Jolly Ranchers. That goes without saying. Other than that, I don't know, like Nerds. Nerds, those little nerd candies or whatever. But the only thing is they make a mess because they're so small and they go everywhere. And they like sour stuff, so like sour keys or any sour kind of candy. Now in terms of, like, I never considered chocolate bars candy, and I was always confused when on TV they'd be like, "Oh, do you want a candy bar?" I'm like, "Candy bar? What the heck is that? Like a big solid chunk of candy or something?" But and then they'd call it like what I consider candy hard candy, and I'm like, "Isn't it candy hard?" But anyways, if I consider chocolate bars to be candy, then I would say Hershey's Cookies and Cream. I have a soft spot for that. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, even though they're so sweet, they make my teeth hurt, but they're amazing. And Coffee Crisp is good. Yeah, like coffee in general, but in chocolate bar form it's even better. Okay, thank you for that question. And one more. Jim Simon asks, "Who are your favorite wrestlers growing up?" So this is kind of answering the WWF portion of that question. And well, yeah, it's like, cause I mean, depends on what era you're talking about, but I'll go with the Attitude Era because that was my favorite era growing up. And I pick the typical thing that everyone likes: Stone Cold, Bret Hart, Undertaker, The Rock, Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley. Yeah, so those are definitely my favorite. If I had to pick like modern wrestling, I don't know. I like Daniel Bryan. I like Roman Reigns. Who else? I don't know. Those are just two off the top of my head, but I hope that answers your question. And how many was that? Was that 3? Yeah, I think that was 3, right? Okay, you know what that means? It's time for another sauce. Here we go. Wrap off this piece of chicken, if I can. A little bit stuck together, but it's okay. Alright, next up is... That's a cool looking model. Da Bomb Evolution hot sauce. Alright, here we go. This has got to be hot, right? It's called Da Bomb. So I bet you the sauce is Da Bomb. Get it? I don't. Alright, anyways, let me shake it up. Oh, this one's pretty full, so I don't know what that tells you, but it tells you it's not one of the top choices. Whoa. Oh boy, I mean, my eyes watered just sniffing it. But let's pour some on. I don't know how liquidy it is, so I gotta take my time here. Wait for it to come out. Do I see it coming out yet? No. Come on. Where are you, buddy? Where are you, buddy? There it goes. Oh, it's really thick. It's like thicker than ketchup. No, there it goes. Okay. Ah, boy. This is gonna be an experience to behold. And here we go. Here we go. Whew. survived, and I'm here to answer the rest of the questions and finish the last 2 sauces. So let's get to it. I'm gonna probably put a lot less sauce on the next one, that's for sure. Okay, Armando Lavano asks, are you more of a fan? Are you more of a DX fan or NWO fan? I always liked DX more, I guess, partially because I was a WWF fanboy, but I thought like NWO was exciting at first, but then they just started adding way too many members, and I lost interest pretty quick. I think much quicker than most people did. I like DX a lot better. You know, there was fewer members, and I don't know. I liked Shawn Michaels a lot, even though he wasn't. He was kind of a douche in real life, but I didn't know that back then. But still, I can't take away from what a good performer he was. China was cool. Triple H was cool. Even the new iteration of DX with Triple H, the new Age Outlaws, and X-Pac was pretty good when they did the invasion of WCW and all that. You know, it was classic stuff. So I would say, yeah, I'd go for DX over NWO. But I always wish I owned a sweet NWO t-shirt though. That was a pretty cool shirt. Okay, next up, Dave Radman asks, have you ever considered making your own ASMR themed mod for the channel? That's interesting. I've dabbled when I was much younger in trying to make a mod, like trying to make my own level. But man, that's hard. Much respect to the people who design levels for Doom or any game, I guess. Definitely takes a special skill that I don't have. But I suppose I can make a WOD that's just like a mod of the graphics and stuff. So that'd be kind of interesting to make an ASMR Doom mod if it doesn't already exist. I wouldn't be surprised if it does already. That might be a fun project. So I don't know, maybe something to think about. But on the old bucket list. Okay, next up is Night Die, and they ask, I think I remember you saying once that you were. Sorry, let me say that again. I think I remember you saying once that you're Canadian. Have you ever watched Trailer Park Boys? Is that an accurate depiction of Canada? Yeah, I used to watch that show a lot. I have like the first 3 seasons on DVD. And I actually got them signed by where the names are Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles. Bubbles was his name, right? Yeah. Sounds funny to say out loud after not hearing that name for a long time, but yeah, they signed it in character and all that stuff. That was pretty cool. I think after the 3rd season, though, the show kind of changed, and I started to lose interest, but still a funny show. And is it an accurate depiction of Canada? Well, it's a exaggerated stereotype of certain parts of Canada, I would say. Not the part I live in is not like that, but you know, like there's no trailer parks where I live, not that I know of anyway, but certain parts of Canada that's more common. But there's certain Canadianisms that I guess are more common throughout Canada, like the accents and stuff like that. Although where I live, that's accent's not very common either. But there's certain things in there that I guess I can't think of right now, but are common to all of Canada. But on average, I would not say that's an accurate depiction of what Canada is like. So that was an interesting question. So that was 3 questions, and I think I'll go on to the second last of the sauces. May God have mercy on my soul. Okay, this is kind of ironic that I said that, I didn't even plan this, but let's look what the next sauce is called. Hellfire hot sauce, Kranked, extreme black garlic reaper sauce. Oh boy, that looks brutal. But anyway, that's supposed to be refrigerated. Anyway, let me shake this up. Shake. Okay. There we go. Take a little sniff. is definitely cranked indeed. So I'm gonna put the smallest amounts because I don't know if I have time to take another 3-hour break. It wasn't quite that long, but let me see how long this is taking to pour. Oh, there it comes. Okay, just a little. Maybe a little bit more dab there. Okay, that's it. Oh man, that is brutal. That is brutal. Okay, here we go. Sniffle. That's pretty strong, but again, I put a lot less sauce on it this time, so it's not too bad. But I am gonna need some milk. It's definitely burning my esophagus as we speak. Okay. Oh, that burns. But I'll light some water. Would be good too. Okay, so my camera ran out of batteries, so I had to stop for a while and recharge my battery. Sorry about that, but let's continue. So Bryson Video Art asks, why do you love ASMR? If you mean like why do I like watching ASMR, it's obviously because of the relaxation, the tingles. I used to watch it a lot to help me sleep, but now for whatever reason I don't get too many tingles before bed. So I'll watch it, during the day when I'm kind of stressed or I just need a bit of a break. You know what I mean? If you mean why do I like making ASMR, I guess that's a little bit more complicated. Not really, but I don't know. It allows me to be creative to a certain degree. It allows me to make videos about things that I like, but I'm not necessarily an expert in. Like, for example, I'm not a comics expert. I love comics, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I don't know all the characters or all the storylines and stuff like that. So because it's an ASMR video, it doesn't really matter. The main point is to relax. So I feel like if I didn't do ASMR, I wouldn't have a really good reason to make videos about comics, because I'm not that knowledgeable about it compared to other people on YouTube. You know what I mean? So yeah, that allows me to do a wide range of things. I can do a little animation. I can do a video review. I can review a movie. I can play a video game. Blah blah blah. So it gives me a lot of opportunities to try different things. I guess that's what I enjoy about it. It's a good question. And then Bryson Video Art also asked, okay, have you ever seen the Sonic the Hedgehog movies? Which I answered previously. I haven't seen them, but thank you for your questions. Let me see how many questions I have. Okay, I'll do one more right now. Ben or B3N asks, what's your personal Doom games tier list? So I guess that's what, like, ranking them from my favorite to least favorite. If that's what you mean, then I would say Doom 2, Doom 1, Doom Eternal, Doom 64, Doom 2016, Doom 2 RPG, and Doom 3. And I'm sure there's other Doom games in there, but those are the main ones, I guess, and the ones that I've played. And I like them all, by the way. Just because Doom 3 is at the bottom doesn't mean I don't like it. I like it. Okay, so now, my friends, it is time to dab the last dab, as they say. Wipe my hands a bit. We are down to the last sauce. It is this is gonna be off the charts. I'll just shake it up a bit. Shake, 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 shake. And again, I better just not put too much right now because I won't be able to finish the last few questions if I can get this thing open. What is going on here? Let me use all the powers of ASMR Retro to open this. Okay, here we go. Let's take a whiff. Yeah, they all start to smell and taste the same after you get to a certain heat level. To me, anyways. Oh, okay. So the tiniest little dab. And then we'll see. We'll take it from there. Okay. Yeah, I know it's not that much, but, oh boy. Okay, let me try to answer one question first. I'll take a bite, then answer the second or the last two questions, because I don't know, bro. Okay, Marty Plays asks favorite Supercell game, and I would probably say Clash Quest. I think overall, Clash of Clans is probably a better game overall, but it's just, I don't know, I find Clash Quest a better pick up and play game when you only have a few seconds, not a few seconds, but like a minute to play or something like that. I don't know, it just feels more fast paced and a bit of a funner experience when you don't have much time. So, I don't know, I still don't think that game is available worldwide. I don't know what's taking so long, but gotta talk to them, gotta talk to Supercell. And I haven't played all the Supercell games, so I don't know. I'm sure there's other ones that I would like to. Okay, enough stalling. Whew, here we go. Last dab, folks. Let's dance. Oh my god. Just dropped a bunch of chicken on the floor, but it's okay. Okay, that is, whoa. Okay, that was, very hot. I still think the, oh boy, the bomb one's the worst. The bomb, oh man, but this is a close second. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I don't know why I'm torturing myself like this, but okay. Xanif asks, Xanifire, what else do you do other than YouTube? If you mean work-wise, yeah, definitely YouTube is not my full-time job, or else I would have starved to death a long time ago. You know, I like to keep my personal life private, so I won't get into what I do. But yeah, so I hope that answers your question. And for the last question, what's your favorite Spider-Man movie? Oh, that's also by Bryson Video Art. And that goes to the other question of, you know, do I like Toby, Andrew, or Tom? I like them all for different reasons, although I haven't really paid too much attention to the Amazing Spider-Man movies with Andrew Garfield. The first Spider-Man movie holds a special place in my heart for several reasons, but I won't get into that. But I think it was really cool the last one, No Way Home, to see, even though I don't think that's the best Spider-Man movie, like I saw it in theater, opening day, and that was an awesome experience. And seeing it in the theater was really cool, but I have a feeling if I see it again on TV or whatever, I'll be like, I don't know, it's not that great. But it was so cool because you get the best of all three worlds, of course. You had Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire all in the movie, and it wasn't just like a quick cameo, they were, you know, in a significant part of the movie, so that was like so cool. And to hear the audience reactions when like they each showed up, that was like such a great experience. So maybe for that reason I'll say Spider-Man No Way Home. But I think over the long run I will probably change my mind on that. But So I guess I passed the challenge. Thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers. It's really cool. I hope you enjoyed it. And with that said, I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.